can someone confirm this isn't actually a dream? We've actually signed Granit Xhaka. And I guess it just goes to show what the name Sunderland should be able to attract these days, eh? Sunderland AFC is delighted to announce the signing of Granit Xhaka, subject to international clearance. The midfielder arrives from Bayer Leverkusen for an undisclosed fee and signs a 3-year contract at the Stadium of Light. Ever present at the pinnacle of the game throughout the last decade, Xhaka represented Arsenal 225 times, in the Premier League and won the Emirates FA Cup twice, whilst also captaining the Gunners. A remarkable period following his arrival at the Bayer Arena in 2023, as Leverkusen's record-shattering invincible season saw Xabi Alonso's side win their first ever Bundesliga title and second DFB Pokal, which I'm guessing must be the German Cup. Ranked 16th in the 2024 Ballon d'Or voting, Xhaka has captained Switzerland since 2020 and is the nation's record appearance holder with 137 caps. Upon arrival, Xhaka said, "I am very proud to be here. When I spoke to the club, I was excited and I felt the energy and the mentality that all the people and the players have. It's exactly what I wanted and I have a very good feeling. We are back to where this club needs to be and we want to stay here to write our own history. I feel like I'm ready to help the team and with my experience but with quality as well. We need to find ourselves on the pitch, but I don't think this will be a big problem. It's been a long time to wait, but I'm here now and I'm looking forward to it." Christian Speakman added, "We are delighted to welcome Granit and his family to Sunderland. His arrival is a significant endorsement of our ambition and our desire to build a team our supporters can be proud of in the Premier League. His accomplishments and quality need little introduction. He's a player of the highest calibre on and off the field, who we feel is the perfect match to the profile required in our team. We look forward to helping him settle on Wearside and are excited to see the impact he can make on the field and within our dressing room." Right, now I know I'm going to get some of these clubs' names wrong here because they're always unpronounceable. Xhaka started his career with FC Concordia Basel before joining FC Basel in 2002, aged 10. After rising through the ranks, including being a member of the under-15 team that won the Swiss Championship with a 100% win record, he progressed into the senior team under Thorsten Fink ahead of the 2010-11 season. So it says 2011 season, but yeah, I think it means 2010-11. He made his debut in the UEFA Champions League tie against Debreceni VSC and scored within 4 minutes, with his first league appearance following soon after. After winning back-to-back Swiss titles, Xhaka joined Borussia Mönchengladbach in May 2012 and he was named in the Bundesliga Team of the Season for the 2014-15 campaign. A 7-year association with Arsenal started in May 2016 and included 2 FA Cup successes, 2 Community Shield wins and 297 appearances. Xhaka scored 23 goals and contributed 29 assists in North London, cementing his place as a fan favourite at the Emirates Stadium before exiting to join Leverkusen in July 2023. Further success followed at the Bayer Arena as Leverkusen, I was going to say Livingston for some reason there, as Leverkusen won an historic first Bundesliga title and the DFB Pokal during an invincible domestic season that also saw them reach the UEFA Europa League final. Xhaka was named Swiss Footballer of the Year in 2017, 2022 and 2023 and has been an integral member of the national team since 2011. Featuring at the 2014, 2018 and 2022 FIFA World Cups. The 32-year-old will wear the number 34 shirt with the club's 25-26 home and away shirts now on sale. Nice little plug from the club there, I love it. But this is certainly going to get people flocking even more to buy the kits. I still need to get both of mine, to be fair. I still cannot believe this has happened. This was a signing that, although Sunderland's had the ambitious project, as we keep hearing from the likes of Fabrizio Romano, I just never imagined that this would happen. He was still playing regularly for Leverkusen. He was captaining Leverkusen. They've been regularly in European football. They won the domestic double, as it says in the statement, the year before last. And he was only at Arsenal just over 2 years ago, which is something else, really. But I've said all along that the name Sunderland should be an attraction for a lot of players, especially even top ones. And I'm really impressed by the fact that Sunderland's recognised the importance of some Premier League experience and especially in the middle of the park, where I think we're going to need it a lot. And I'm someone who's always felt that the experience thing's been an excuse for younger players when they don't perform well. And I still largely stand by that. But I do feel like with this signing in particular in the Premier League, when we're going to be on the back foot a lot, especially as a lot of our attacks are going to rely on transition football, we're going to have to be rock solid and on it in most games. And I mean really rock solid and on it, given how big the gap is. So Granit Xhaka for me, although I'm not necessarily sure it's our biggest signing, well, it's obviously not our biggest signing in terms of spending money on him, but I think it's definitely our most important one in terms of experience. And although obviously, look, I think like Phil Smith said on the whistle video that he did the other day, it is safe to assume that this is going to be a one-off, the exception rather than the rule in terms of spending money on like a 32-year-old. But at the same time, he's a very good 32-year-old, and also at the same time, if say what we've paid up to £17.5 million, I think it's 13 million up front with an extra 4 to 4.5 million in add-ons. But you've got to look at it this way: if we go down and say Diarra and Siddiqui or one of them develop into a really good player, then that money you get from them offsets what you've paid for Xhaka, and you can still get money back for Xhaka. You're just not going to get as much as what we've paid. But if the best case scenario happens and what we hope happens and we stay up, then again, it's kept us in the Premier League. I wouldn't, if we stay in the Premier League, I would not be surprised if Granit Xhaka's got a lot to do with it, providing he stays fit. And I know obviously he's not got an injury history record, but what I mean is we don't get luck with injuries. So it's more a Sunderland thing than a Granit Xhaka thing, to be honest. But, if we stay in the Premier League, don't be surprised if Xhaka has a hell of a lot to do with it. And that money, and it pays for the money we paid for him. Also, again, the likes of Diarra and Siddiqui, if they develop to a point where they're really, really good, highly rated players in terms of market value, and I think Granit Xhaka will have something to do with their development, then the fee you get for those pays for what you pay for Xhaka, basically. So yeah, I'm very excited about this signing. And look, obviously we need to see how a lot of these guys are going to gel, and we'll see how that happens. But I'm really happy with this. It's exactly the type of experience we needed. And this maybe makes me wonder, this is why we didn't go for Jordan Henderson. I still would have liked to seen him back. And yes, a part of that is sentimentality. But just because it's sentimental doesn't mean there isn't logic to it at the same time. So for me, I think that Xhaka's really, really promising. And I think his experience. And one last thing before I go. Signing a player of this calibre, now just imagine what that's going to do to attract other top players to come here. At least in theory anyway. We'll wait and see whether that happens in practice or not. But I think now other people are going to take note and go, hang on, Sunderland signed Granit Xhaka. I want to go and have a piece of that. And in the Premier League, this is why that result against Sheffield United and that winning goal from Tommy Watson, I mean, Mendes was important as well because it got us level, but, the Watson winner and the promotion, the victory in the playoff final against Sheffield United, this is how transformative that win was for the club. And if you're looking at Sheffield United signing the likes of Louis Barry, who I think is a good signing for them at Championship level, don't get me wrong, but this is just, the level of play we'd be signing if we hadn't have gone up would have been nowhere near what we were doing now, even though obviously we had to make these signings because of how big the gap is. But anyway, guys, I know it's a longer video and you've got to the end, well done, but yeah, look, Granit Xhaka, come on, like this is arguably one of the signings of the season across the Premier League, I think. Certainly the best signing, I would argue, for the promoted clubs, but we'll wait and see. It's good to see us and Leeds in particular having a really good shout at trying to stay up. And obviously, I mean, Burnley, there's still a lot of time in the window for Burnley, of course. But anyway, guys, if you're watching the video and you're not a regular sub, I am trying to get 7k. So hit the sub button if you think I've earned it. That would be much appreciated. Comment respectfully below and like and share the video around. That would be so appreciated. And what do you think of the signing of Granit Xhaka? I'm looking forward to seeing some of the comments here. Anyway, guys, take care, you lovely lot. Stay safe. And until the next signing, which, based on a report from David Ornstein, might not be too far away. So you might see me again soon. But either way, how are the lads?